Hey, what's going on YouTube? So today we're just going to kind of introduce a prediction bot that I currently am been working on for Kalshi 15-minute Bitcoin. So kind of what this bot does is kind of goes through with all the confluence indicator breakdowns and kind of gives you a best prediction of early read for final calls. So the round just started on Kalshi, so I'm going to go through this round and kind of show you where it is. I have my Kalshi off to the side. But right now, so I have a win-loss tracker that kind of goes, this win-loss tracker is based off of this final call, which locks in at 10 minutes in, kind of gives it a chance for all that noise to kind of go away. These are previous things. I'm still kind of testing this out to kind of see what percentage I can. I'm trying to do it throughout the week. Currently, yesterday's test was 40 wins and 16 losses, so a 71% accuracy. Typically, the final call does win. Sometimes the early read will take over depending on what it does. It gives you what the yes and no currently is of the market, kind of what your skip lean is. There's a lot of skips more than anything. Obviously, you can still play them, but that's a betting at your own risk, as in this tool doesn't guarantee wins, but it does give you a chance to make informed decisions. If you do like this content or you like this bot and you want to learn more about it, you can join the Discord down in the description down below, and there'll be more details and stuff to follow. I also have a Discord webhook that sends for paid members in the Discord channel that sends the prediction bots of this early read and final call. So we'll go through as this goes through, and we'll go through the full 15-minute round so you guys can kind of see how this works. If you have any questions, drop comments down below or join the Discord and ask yourself. But this is also obviously still, like I said, in beta. All right, so let's see. So we got to predict up lean. Yes is at 56% on Kalshi. So I'm going to go ahead and bet the yes and see how this plays out. I always cash out at profit at 75%, 75 to 80%. I don't ever hold just because the market can fluctuate so much. A future video that will be coming out is I'm also going to go over a Python script that I have, which I'll quickly show that. There's that. That'll be the next video that kind of talks more about that. This bot, if you were to purchase this or use this, does have to be ran on a computer. I don't currently have a web page scheduled for it or built for it yet. I'm still kind of working on that. But all right, so let's go through this. So we got to predict up lean. Why we have a predict up lean. You have 5 out of 5 signals that are currently firing are in agreement out of 22 total. Up here you have your tiers, so you have your early warning, order flow, volume, confirmation, and structural. As you can see, kind of going through, right? So none of these are firing right now, but our order book and balance is firing with a heavy bid. Whale trade flow has some large buys. Ethereum volume isn't firing. MACD RSI is 70% bullish right now, so it means that it's on an upward trend, upward trajectory. Candle pattern's not firing, target gap's not, ATR's not, Bollinger's not, break of structure, change of structure, strike Z zone, VW daily RSI, so it's a macro accumulation. Window body, flat minute, first minute, nothing. The engine, so these are like the main portions that are actually firing. So engine right now is trending down. So as I can see that on the current market, right, up is at 46%. So we'll see kind of where this final call goes if I'm going to sell my up or hold it. But it's jump back up to 60% because the other rules are telling you, hey, just because the engine is only 5% down, it's not super big. It still has upward trajectory. Poly market, this is kind of the difference of where poly market's sitting. So poly market is still sitting up. So it agrees. Mercury regime is mixed. Path model is neutral. Indicator votes up. So based off of all the indicator votes that you have right here, right, this is up because this is kind of where your vote comes from. Up here, at the beginning of the round, this would have said warming up. So it has predict up, lean. It recommends skipping because it is a lean vote. So lean, right, like is a lower chance to win. Obviously, there's some caveats to that. On Kalshi, it did just cash me out at 75%, so I bought in at that like 52. Let's see where I bought it at 59, cashed me out at 75 already. It's sitting at 80 cents right now, as you can see over here as well. Still waiting for that final call to come in. It's got about 4 seconds till it locks. So the final call is what this record is based off of, right? So we came up with a predict up lean again. So at the end of the 15 minutes, in theory, this is where it'll be. So how you kind of use it, right, is so if it dips down, you can buy back into the up. Knowing that the ultimate trajectory trend of this current 15 minutes is trending up. Now, granted, obviously you get the giant sells, the giant buys that change that entire market itself. So it could drive it back down. That's why lean is not a super strong bet. And that's why it says recommend skipping. You can play it. I play it. Just understand that it is telling you that you should. Right here, you also have skip, confidence is lean. This one you just had model flip direction 2 times this window. So that's telling you that, hey, it's gone. It went down and then it came back up. So it's kind of telling you, hey, like this one's kind of fluctuating for a little bit. So it's just kind of giving you a warning. You currently have a whale sell, right? So it's driving the price even down a little bit more, which is telling you it's slightly bearish, not strong enough to act on. So it doesn't have a giant trajectory or movement in it. That's where, like, for me, I use the bot, the script, and I use the script to kind of verify what the bot is telling me. But overall, the bot tells you in general what is going on. So I was saying other signals, right? So you have lean, so you can see this is an old one from, I think, last night. But you have lean, so up lean 1, down lean 1, down strong. So strong is your strongest indicator, obviously. High, 1, strong, medium, lean, lean. So you have lean, medium, high, and strong on each direction. And then you have a minute by minute prediction tracker. So it'll give you what it was for each minute. So you can kind of see where it was. So obviously this one so far throughout the entire trend, so the last 7-ish minutes, it's been trending up. So it has a lot of upward momentum. Current strike price has listed, right? So here's your current strike price. Here's your current price of where it thinks it's going to be at, which I can tell you currently it's a little off right now, just based off of the current markets. It's saying that it's 66.409. Now it's currently actually at 66.47, 48. That is actually a note that I'm going to make for my updates to try to make that a little bit more accurate. Like I said, this is still in beta testing, so we're still kind of going through, finding out the kinks, the loopholes. It's only going to get better as time goes. It's off of Kalshi by $30. So that's something I can make my notes. I also have Pine script notes, right? As I'm kind of going through, trying to tweak it, get a little bit better. I run back tests on these all the time to figure out which signals are actually working throughout the week. So that's kind of why I'm running this an entire week without making a lot of changes to it, just so I can see what the accuracy is after a week. Because as you guys know, right, like Monday market is different than Tuesdays. Tuesdays is different than Wednesdays, so on, so on. And then the weekends are different, right? Like every market is kind of different. So I'm trying to see how it holds up throughout an entire week of markets. And I have a log tracker of that, so that I can say, hey, don't recommend really playing too much on Monday or Tuesday because it doesn't have great odds. This right now, based off the last back test, right, it's telling me that when this was running during the US session that it's currently in, it was 73.6% accurate over what its calls were. Obviously, this will get updated as time goes on. Win-loss ratio, percent win update. All right, so that's another update I'm going to kind of make as we're sitting here going through this. Like I said, then I also have a Discord notification, right? So what this does is it just sends notifications which to here. So here's the community, right? Since a VIP access, and it just sends what the notification was during that bot's history. So this was the trend that we were in, right? So it told us early up lean, final call lean. So that's a way, right? Like if you're like, hey, I'm hanging out in the Discord server and you purchase access to the VIP access portion, then you will get these signals anytime I have the bot running. So think the easiest way to describe this to my community, right, is think of this as what do you call it? Your inner circle. This is kind of like my inner circle, right? So as I'm betting or what I'm using, I'm giving you the signal so you get them, and it sends them automatically, and then you will see, I don't know if it actually shows in here. Yeah, so like right here, right? So down lean, and then it was pending because final call hasn't came in yet. So it tells you, hey, the final call hasn't come in yet, so wait. Sometimes you'll get like this, right? The last round, it started down. So the first signal comes in at 13 minutes, started down, and it was like, okay, I'm going down. So like in general, right, you would kind of like, okay, well, do I want to bet the down lean? So like I bought into it, right? But as soon as final call hit and it said up lean, I sold, took my loss. And if up was valuable to buy into, I then transitioned and bought into up. If it was too high at the time, like the percent was too high to buy in, I just stayed out of the rest of the round, didn't buy into it. But yeah, so this is overall the final candle. This, like I said, it's in beta. I currently do updates, try to do updates weekly on it, just trying to make it better and better over time and get it more and more accurate and easier to understand. Overall, the interface of kind of what you see, I think, is pretty self-explanatory. I'm trying to just give you as many tools and features available for you to make the best call. So in theory, just because this says predict up lean, right, doesn't mean that you need to take the up. This is all the rules together based off of where they were. It's telling you, hey, I think it's going to be up just based off of the trend. Now, if you see predict up lean, don't just instantly bet that, right? Like look at the signals, right? Like is early, are these order flows, volumes, is all this matching what the current signal is telling me, right? Like if you have a bunch of red here and everything's red and engine's red with like 53%, let's just say this said engine 53% down, there's a good chance that this up went away or is going to go away by the time this official track record comes in. And that's kind of like your early momentum swing, right? With all the noise, the market noise that's happening, that's your changeover. Now, a lot of times the market, though, these two will match each other. But as you can see, right, so the current final call predict up lean is win-loss right now, since I've been running it and I reset the record for the day, it's 4-0. Now, the early call is currently 2-2. So give you an idea, right? Like those have been different than one another. So I typically, if early, I will bet early, verify the signals, and then if final call comes in with that same direction, then I'm like, okay, I'm pretty confident, like let's say like a 70% chance that I think this is going to be up. Now 70% is not great, but that's better than just doing a 50-50 coin flip over, hey, this is what I think it's going to be. The bot is still wrong. It is not telling you this is what you shall bet. It is not telling you that I'm going to win you money. I'm not going to do this. That's why like I had to put this down here, right? So this isn't financial advice. It is a tool to help you. The tool is designed to help you make a more informed decision. It is not a promise of any outcome. Bet at your own risk. Wins and losses are your own responsibility. All I can do is give you a tool to give you the best way forward. I mean, there's auto trader bots out there, right, that maybe promise, oh, hey, you'll make profit. I cannot promise you profit. I will tell you, using this alone, I've made profit. I've also lost using it. But if you use it correctly, you should be able to win more often than not. Obviously, based off of you don't want to full send every bet. You want to bet smartly, right? Maybe only bet like 3%, 5% of whatever your ratio is, right? So because it's 70%, right? So you can still lose. So if you bet the same amount or a lower amount of your portfolio over time, you should win because the bot will win majority of the time. So as long as you're betting smart and you're not betting super high or full sending everything, you should be all right. I can tell you the bot is also, with this predict up lean or predict up strong, and it drops down to up is at like 8%. If the strike makes sense and it's not like $123 off like it is right now, there's a good chance that it's coming back up. And that's where you'll kind of look at all these rules, right? If you're like, oh, hey, it's down, I have a pretty big whale buy, all these are green, everything's green, so I'm like, okay, This is at 8-9%. Strike is close. Should be good to go. But anyways, that was the end of the round. It did end in the up position, so the bot once again did record a win. But like I said, if you guys do like this bot or you want to have more questions, or feel free to ask questions or check it out a little bit more, please join the Discord. That is down in the description. There's some questions that you have to fill out. Once you fill out the questions, you will be approved by one of the admins or the moderators of the channel. But as always, I hope you guys have a good one. Thanks for checking out the products, and hopefully you guys watch the next video on the Pine script. Peace.